depends on your perspective.
All provisions.
Is there anybody else who would make comment before council?
My name is John Christopher. I live on 5 Victoria Avenue, just up by Rotary Park. Council and Mayor. This is a difficult situation from my perspective. I wrote a short letter a couple weeks ago. I'm sure some of you've seen it. For me, it's a very tricky situation now because the council and staff are changing rules for the zoning of C1 after the fact, and I have a real problem with that. But it's tricky because I think most people who were involved in that decision-making over the last couple of years, and I haven't been intimately involved myself, but they're probably doing the best they can, in my honest view. But it's a tricky situation, and so all I would ask council and staff to do is try to be reasonable in making the amendments that you're considering. In other words, try to be reasonable in making reasonable amendments to the land use bylaw and the NPS that are in keeping as best you can with the situation you now find yourself. I know that sounds pretty general, but so just to try to put a bit of humor in what is a very difficult situation. We have a saying in Newfoundland where I grew up, there's a difference between scratching your arse and tearing it all to pieces. So when you make that reasonable decision, try to balance the interests of these folks who have come in and invested in our town, which we want to welcome. But we also have other interests to balance, which is what we're hearing about tonight. So anyway, thank you for your work and good luck with the decision.
Here, here.
Thank you, thank you. Anybody else? No? Going once?
Good evening. My name is Angela Campbell. I'm from Sherwood Drive. I fall into the camp of someone who grew up here, lived away for a very long time, and has since come back because of many reasons, but certainly because of opportunity and the chance to immerse myself in an area that has changed so much since I left. I understand that the issue here being the right, or essentially the right to sell product off-site. The establishment itself is approved to brew. If they could sell it all on-site, I'm sure that would be fantastic, but they would still have the right to brew that, as from what I understand. I have to say, I have visited this venue, and I've had a chance to try a lot of product that they brought in because of other establishments' right to sell off-site. And many products that I probably would not have the opportunity to go and try unless you specifically went on tour to go find these products. And I have made an observation that there's a brewery in Fredericton that has brought in a lot of product. I'm not here to promote Fredericton over Wool, I think, but I've tried a lot of product from this place because of the this venue in question, 329 Main, and I know that this Trailway Brewing in Fredericton is now a venue on my a destination that I must go try, but only because their product is allowed for sale off-site, and I think that not allowing off-site sales limits other people being able to experience what Wolfville has to offer, worth, thank you. We're fortunate that people do find this a destination already in an industry that is growing, and I think that it would be a tremendous loss to the town and opportunities for other people to come back and find ways to contribute to this town by not allowing people to find out what we're capable of here in this area. And again, I have no skin in the game, just like trying out new products, and I think it's a great opportunity that they've offered the town. And also, coming from Calgary for the last number of years, I've been very fortunate that we were allowed to purchase an Evelyn cider company out there because it was a great taste of home, and I think it's fantastic that there are opportunities to get our local product around the country and promote our area.
Thank you, Angela. And full disclosure, that is my eldest child, who has taken upon herself to return back to Nova Scotia and establish a career here. And I have her younger brother who's returned from Quebec to Nova Scotia as well. We got one more to drag back from Newfoundland, and we'll have the kit complete. Anybody else? If there's nothing further than to offer to council, I do want to thank everybody for taking time to come out. Sorry, this should have been a couple of weeks ago, but the weather interfered and pushed us to this evening. And it being March break, I know many people have other things they'd rather be doing with family and friends. But thanks very much. And all of these comments, many of them, much of the documentation has been submitted to council already, and there's a lot of correspondence. Most of it we have, except for tonight's comments and offerings. This will come up tomorrow evening, and a decision will be made at that point as to what we wish to do with that. In closing, I would just a reminder that council is unable to receive or consider any additional information from the public on the amendments. And as a reminder to members of council, that if you receive any further information before tomorrow evening's meeting by email or other means, we are not permitted to review it. If there's nothing further, then I'll bid everybody a good evening, and thank you again for coming out.